They are a flying mammal worth celebrating. And joining me today is Wildlife Extension Specialist Joy O'Keefe. Joy, we're celebrating Bat Week here.
Absolutely. And even though Bat Week is wrapping up, I hope everybody's been thinking about bats all week and that you continue to think about bats throughout the year.
Well, yeah, Halloween is usually a prime time to be thinking about bats, but you say the fall time really isn't the best time to see bats. Is that right?
That's right. So we go out to look for bats during the summer, and the summer months from, say, April to maybe September is the best time to look for bats. Go out and look at the night sky 10 to 20 minutes after sunset, and you're sure to see some bats.
Okay, there are several thousand different species of bats, but we only have 13 here in Illinois. Is that right?
That's right. So Illinois' bats are not as diverse as bats in the tropics, but we do have 13 species, all of which eat insects and perform really valuable services for us, eating our insects in the night sky.
Yeah, we've been looking through some of the photos of the bats that you might find here in Illinois. Tell me a little bit about your role there at the U of I as a wildlife specialist.
Sure. So I study bats for my primary research. So we study aspects of bat ecology and how to conserve bats and their habitats, specifically focusing on endangered species in the Midwest, which there are several. And then in terms of outreach, I like to do programs for the public to talk to them about bats and other wildlife to get them excited about possibility of seeing bats. One way we do that is with a bat detector like this one, which we can turn on and listen for the sounds of bats as they are, foraging in the night sky. So they're ultrasonic noises that bats are making.
What were you just doing there?
So I was just making an ultrasonic noise with my fingers that you can't really hear, but the bat detector can pick it up. So this is high frequency sound above the range of human hearing. A bat detector is the way to go. It actually helps you to see bats in the night sky even better because you can use your ears to pick up these critters that are calling above us, making lots of noise that we can't detect.
Yeah, because they use their little echolocation skills. I remember that from teaching about bats back in the day. They're the only flying mammal. That's right. Pretty cool. What are some other fun facts about bats?
Bats are incredibly long-lived. So the oldest record for bats is 41 years for a bat in Russia. Some bats give birth to just one pup per year, so they're really slow to reproduce. Bats around the world eat so many different crazy things, not only insects, but fish and frogs, and some bats eat blood, which of course is the vampire bat that gets vilified around Halloween. Really, really neat animals and just incredible array of facial configurations, features. If you look up bats, you'll see some pretty interesting faces.
Yeah, I mean, vampire bats, that's like even a movie, right? Like an old-time movie. Tell me a little bit about what you want people to understand and appreciate about bats.
Right, so bats are really unique as our only flying mammal, right? So we should be very thankful that we have them around to eat our insects and also try to protect their habitats, most particularly large trees. Trees are very good habitat for bats, so anytime you can save a tree, you're actually helping your bat population. Planting native plants in your garden is going to feed insects that's going to feed bats, so that's also really valuable. And most people aren't going to see bats or have bats in the hand, right? But you can go out and celebrate bats in other ways. For example, like locally, you can buy this little cute planter with a very friendly bat, and I just love how we are celebrating bats now and not making them super scary the way we always have. The landscape has shifted a little bit around bats.
Well, good. You catch them, yes?
Oh, yes,
And what do you do with them?
So when we catch bats, we take measurements on them. We might take some samples. For example, we love to take little bat poop samples, bat guano. And when we take those back to the lab, we can actually extract the DNA that's in them and figure out what bats are eating.
Wow.
So we do molecular analysis to see what they're eating. We like to track bats. We put little trackers on their backs, glue them on that fall off after a few days, track them to see where they're roosting and count them, look at how they're responding to the conservation practices that we implement.
Well, very good. Well, it's a great time to celebrate bats. We appreciate you coming, giving us a little more insight into the flying mammals here we have in Central Illinois. If you want to learn more, there's a look at their website that we'll connect you with. And we do appreciate you coming, sharing all this information.
Yeah, absolutely.
CILiving.tv. That's where we'll connect you.